The next speaker is Enrique Jimenez. Yes, welcome. He will talk about the digital transport ecosystem. The floor is yours. The green button for the next.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Enrique Jimenez, and I'm going to talk you about one of Shift2Rail projects called Connective and the ontology developed in it. Well, a little bit about myself. I'm an industrial engineer specialized in electronics and automation. I have experience in technical and management coordination. I'm currently working as an innovation project manager in Indra, in the R&D department. I'm involved nowadays in railway and ticketing European R&D projects within Shift2Rail and now Europe's Rail. And well, I'm participating in several projects such as Connective, Extensive and Motional. Well, just a little bit for the ones you don't know my company. I'm from Indra, a Spanish company which headquarters are in Madrid, in Spain. Well, we are leaders in development of integral technological solutions. We mainly develop software solutions to try and cover the whole transport sector. And well, we are present locally in 46 countries and have commercial operations in more than 140. And these are just some data about the company. These are the bullet points that I'm going to cover today in these presentations. I will start explaining what is Shift2Rail, the Shift2Rail initiative and its objectives. And then I will go to the core part of the presentation, which is the project Connective, which is the one that I'm presenting today, the interoperability framework, and some integrations of TSPs that have been done during the project. And just to finalize, some conclusions and next steps. So what is Shift2Rail? Shift2Rail is the first European rail initiative to seek focused research and innovation and market-driven solutions by accelerating the integration of new and advanced technologies into innovative rail product solutions. Shift2Rail is divided into several innovation programs. Today I'm only going to focus on the innovation program 4, which is the one Connective is part of, which focuses on IT solutions for increasing the attractiveness of railway services. What are the objectives of Shift2Rail and the innovation program 4? The main objective is to put the traveler back at the center, to treat it as the main character of this ecosystem. By increasing, as I said, the attractiveness of these railway services and to promote the use of public transport. To provide this, to do this, we provide with complete multimodal travel offering, connecting the first and last mile of short and long distance journeys. In other words, we focus on door-to-door journeys. We give access also to all multimodal travel services such as shopping, ticketing, trip tracking, all within the Travel Companion, which is an application that has been developed with the collaboration with other Shift2Rail projects. And finally, we built an open network providing full interoperability whilst limiting the impact with the other existing systems. So now moving on to the core part, Connective. What is Connective? Connective is a project that works towards the digital transformation of rail and all transport services, providing the framework, tools and technologies to allow data exchange between retailers and operators, basically between actors in this ecosystem. Indra, as I said, is the coordinator of this project. It has had a duration of more or less 6 years, in 2017 to 2023. It just happened to finish just last month. And the partners involved are a total of 6, and they are the ones that you can see on the screen. On the right-hand side of the screen, you can see the ecosystem that has been developed within Shift2Rail. Connective focuses on the part of the interoperability framework and business analytics. But we have been able to develop the other main actors of this ecosystem thanks to the collaboration, as I said, with other Shift2Rail projects, and we developed travel shopping, booking ticketing, trip tracking, and the Travel Companion, which is the application that I mentioned before. But today I'm going to focus on the main component, on the core of this ecosystem, which is the interoperability framework. So, as I mentioned, the innovation program 4, we work towards the development of solutions that promote public transport. But when developing these this ecosystem, these solutions, we faced several issues, let's say. For example, the main one was how easily we integrated operators and orchestrators into this ecosystem. So, in order to adapt and to integrate more easily these operators, we decided to create the component interoperability framework, which main objective is to make easier all these conversions in order, in common words, in order to all the actors of this ecosystem to talk the same language, to have the same communication protocols. So therefore, the operators and the orchestrators will no longer have to worry how to integrate into this ecosystem. But how this interoperability framework works, it's based on semantic interoperability. What is semantic interoperability? It allows automating the conversion across different data representations of common concepts of a given domain. So what is the main thing of semantic interoperability? We need an ontology or a data model in order to work with it. So in practice, we have several internal components in this ecosystem. Each internal component has its individual interface, and in order to work with this semantic interoperability, we needed an internal data model. An internal data model extends enough to, that it wouldn't matter how many integrations we will do, that every concept that could appear, it will be covered by this ontology. So here what you can see, this diagram that you can see on the screen is more or less the flow that we follow in this ecosystem. The user is the one that obviously send the request through the other actors on the ecosystem, in this case the orchestrators, which are a component that basically joins all the requests and all the information given by the user or the TSPs. Then this orchestrator sends the request into the so-called IP4 ontology, that we'll cover this topic in the next slide, in order to get into the interoperability framework and be on the same ontology, and I said in order to everyone in this ecosystem to talk the same language. So all these requests will go to the TSPs, and the TSPs will get the feedback back through each of the actors. But what is this famous IP4 ontology? When we started developing this ecosystem, we again faced several drawbacks, because one of those was that we realized that we were handling so many operations and so many processes that only an ontology as itself, a monolithic ontology, it wouldn't be enough. So what we decided to do after several analyses was to create a modular ontology instead of having a monolithic ontology. So what are the main objectives of these ontologies? Because this modular ontology is more flexible, it's easier to manage, it's easier reviewing processes. Why is that? Because by having a modular ontology, if we have a problem on one of the modules, we will be able to focus on the problem, to review the process, and to change it without changing the whole ontology, which was the main objective here, to don't change the whole ontology because one single issue. So what is the main characteristic of this ontology is that it's based on parts of standards. By using these standards, it facilitates the integration of the TSPs, which was one of the main problems. It's very extensive because, as you all may know, these standards are developed by experts. They are continuously updating them. So by basing it on standards, we will have a completely extended ontology and an updated ontology always. So more in detail on what forms this ontology. The ontology is formed by 4 different modules. One is one takes the themes of tariffs and trip planning, which is the infrastructure static data, based on transmodel. The second one is based on ticketing selling, which is one of the most important aspects of a mobility as a service ecosystem, based on OSDM. And then we have 2 different real-time modules, one based on GTFS real-time, which we know it's not as standard as itself, but it's a widespread format on which operators share their trip planning information, routes information, etc. And then we have TRIAS information, which is a German standard that gives us a more granular way of having this trip information. Well, just for the ones that are interested, I left the link here in the presentation where you can see the whole ontology, and it's completely open. So, well, having told all of you all the story, I think that it wouldn't be so interesting if I wouldn't tell you what we have really tested and we have really demonstrated in this project. Here you can see a European map, which on blue, the countries that are blue are the ones that have really, that we have used the travel companion application, and all the ecosystem has been tested. All these names are the different TSPs that have been integrated. We even have several solutions that we have integrated in various countries. But you will may be thinking, what are the stars? What do the stars mean? The stars next to the TSPs are the one that has been really demonstrated in real environments. We have executed up to 11 pilots during Connective. We have integrated over 70 services, and we have a final number of, I agree that it's a little bit perfect, but we have had 1,000 users using the Travel Companion in this ecosystem. And thanks to all the positive demonstrations and the successful demonstrations, we can say that the Travel Companion and this ecosystem is compatible with all modes of transport. So just to finish, I would like to say some conclusions. We can say that Connective, the interoperability framework, and Shift2Rail has helped promoting and fostering interoperability. The interoperability framework is the core of this ecosystem, is the heart of this ecosystem, which has an ontology based on patch of standards, which is the main characteristic, I think. And after the finishing of Connective and after finishing Shift2Rail, we can happily say that we have been able to give the chance and the opportunity to the travelers to be able to do successful door-to-door journeys, which was one of the main objectives of this program. So after the pilots and the IF performance done in them, which has been quite successful, we can say that the IF is interoperability framework, sorry, it's a product completely ready to market. So just to finalize, what are the next steps? As I mentioned before, Connective is just finishing, just finished, sorry. And with it, it's finalizing IP4 and Shift2Rail. So the works will continue, all the works that have been developed during this program, during these years, will continue on Europe's Rail joint undertaking, and in particular in the project FP1 Motional. So thanks a lot. Thanks all for your attention.